Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, August 3rd. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies, which is cross-stitching, a little bit of sewing, hopefully one day some quilting. I do enjoy paper crafting. My paper crafts are greeting cards, making like cards and gift tags and gift card holders and treat boxes, that kind of a thing. If you are returning, welcome back. We do have some new subscribers. Thank you so much. And if you're coming back to see what else I've been up to, I appreciate it. This week was a little hectic. A lot going on. I did not get as much. I don't feel like I got a lot of stitching done. I touched quite a few projects, but I don't feel like I made a lot of progress with the projects. A lot of up and down. I'm trying to work with my dog, the big one, on barking at night. So what I do is when he is barking, I call him to the porch and I make him sit and then I treat him. So it's a lot of up and down. When he's quiet for a while, I treat him, tell him good quiet. So it is working. And then it gets to the point where he just ignores me altogether. He's a puppy. The little puppy is doing better. Last week we started, we gave him his first dose of a dewormer, so he's okay. We do have to keep our eyes open for the cat that lives in the same room with the dog and Gunner, because they share the backyard, but they use it separately until we can kind of bring them together. Just because the puppy is still pretty small and could still probably be viewed as a squeaky toy for my older dog. We had a little baby possum wander into the yard the other day. Cute as can be. So I made my daughter pick it up and we relocated it down the street. I wasn't gonna touch it. But it had wandered in. I guess it was out in the front yard and the neighbor was watering the yard and kind of like hit it with a little bit of water to make it move along. Well, it moved along all right into our backyard, and I'm sitting there and I was like, and this tiny little oh, so cute little possum, and he's just walking along and bulging black eyes. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like them. They do shock me a little bit when I peer out at night, through a window and I see them staring back at me, but I really don't mind them. They are cute. They're friendly. They're good for the environment. So I'm happy to have them around. And then the dog was going bonkers, and come to find out one night, because there was a cat sitting on the fence in the back, just where he could barely see the cat. So, I have one neighbor that's like, why does your dog bark all the time? And then I have another neighbor whose backyard is so overgrown that lots of things live there. And I'm like, I don't know, this guy doesn't clean his backyard and there's lots of critters back there. So our dog and the dog catty corner to us will bark back and forth at whatever is shifting in the bushes. It's, great fun. Work was good. Very quiet week. All the kids were on a field trip every day this week, so that was fun for them. They had a good time. 2 more weeks left. I cannot believe it. 2 more weeks left of summer camp, and then we roll right into our fall activities. It's just never ending. So that's good. My job duties are changing, but for the better, so I'm okay with it. It will be nice to be able to focus on just a couple of things instead of all of the things. And I do still have to focus on all of the things, but in a director sort of way, like, okay, this is what we need to do, and this is why we need to do it, and this is how you're going to work with your people, and go. You know, so I'm looking forward to the fall being a little bit different. I spent some time with friends this week. We did the celebration of life last weekend for my friend's husband, and then I took her to dinner Thursday to get caught up with her. We don't go out enough for dinner. So, and I was thinking about her anyways. We usually go out at least once during the summer, and I was thinking about her. I'm like, oh, it's about time. We should probably, you know, and then her husband passed. So, met with her. We made a pact to do it a little bit more frequently. So we'll do it again in October, which will be nice. So that took a little bit of time away from stitching. Well worth it. Well worth it. Training the dog took a little bit of time. It will be well worth it. I'm not feeling it right now, but it will be well worth it when he's all grown up and good. We spent all day Sunday with my son, and that was fine. And then he called last night. He's like, I have leave and I can be off base until, like, I don't have to be back until 7. So we're like, okay, great. So my husband was able to go down and pick him up this morning, and so he's home for the day. And you'd think he'd want to hang out with us. No, he's in his room and, you know, hanging out with the animals and probably playing video games. And we will leave early and go to dinner and then take him home, so that'll be good. I think he's also waiting for his sister to come home from work, so it'll be good. It's just nice to have him, let him be close enough that we have the opportunity to go pick him up. I think that's the good thing. And yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I do have to work a little bit, but I'm just opening and then I go back and I close up. So that's not too bad. Excuse me. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's move on to stitching. I pulled out a couple different things that I haven't worked on for a while. The first one is the Stitching with the Housewives monthly weigh-in for May. I hadn't touched this since I had to stay all night at work up to make sure that camp was safe for an overnighter. So I worked on this all night, like 12 hours straight. And I could not, I'm like, I should pull that out. And I just could not bring myself to reach for it in my whip box or basket. Well, I did this week, and so this is my progress. I finished filling in the scale and I started working on the flower at the top, and that's really as far as I got. I had maybe a third of the fill-in left to do. This was one of those nights where I started late and I only stitched for about maybe an hour, and I was going really slow. I just wasn't feeling it, but I wanted to keep going. So I'm stitching this with the called for flosses on the called for fabric, which is 25 count tea-dyed Monaco. I get the chart. This was last year's monthly monthly kit from Fat Quarter Shop and Stitching with the Housewives. You get the chart and the floss, and then you buy the fabric separate. So that's what I did. So I made some progress. Maybe I'll pull it out again this week and get a little bit closer to a finish on it, because I do have like 7 more to do, and I don't want to be stitching on these for decades, so I want to make it through. And then I felt like, oh, let's stitch something for the holidays. And when I was straightening up my room, although you can't tell that I had straightened it up, when I was straightening up my room, I found the wooden ornaments that I painted for the reindeer games by Brenda Gervais. And so I decided, you're very close, let's get these done. So I pulled this out. I have this one completely done, and now I'm working on this one. And I'm almost done with the snow on the ground. I'm stitching this on, I believe it's 40 count vintage country mocha. It must be 40 count. Yeah. Vintage country mocha Newcastle linen. 40 count. And I really wanted to complete the snow on the bottom, and I got pretty darn close. So the next time I pull this out, I will be able to start stitching in with some color and really seeing it come to life. So when I'm done with that, I just have one more to do, and then this will be done, and I can finish them on those ornaments. Easy peasy. I really do think I can get this done by before Christmas if I pull it out weekly. So I think I'm gonna do that. Again, I have so many whips. I have so many whips, I just don't, I need to focus on them to get them moved along. And so I'm trying not to start too many new things. I'm trying not to buy a bunch of new patterns. I'm trying to work through what I have. I'm still buying a little bit, but not as much. And then we'll talk about the hometown sale was the next thing I pulled out. I think I did 2 nights on this one because I am behind on it. This is a stitch along with Teresa Kogut's Tier 4 Patreon members. You can, on the 15th of every month, she will release a new section, and it's going to be finished over 24 months. So we are almost at 8 months. I think August is, well, yes, August would be the 8th month because we started in January. So I got May almost completely done, and then I realized I was off by 5 rows. Not 5 little stitches that were misplaced, 5 full rows. So I pulled everything that I did out for May, which was irritating as all get out, and I started all over again. So when I pick this up, I kind of want to work on it a couple of nights a week, but it's paying off. I am stitching this on the called for linen, which is 40 count, Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit. And here is where I'm at. So I finished the outline of the blue house, and I finished the chimney for the blue house, and this is a barn, and so the top part of the barn roof I finished. And now I'm just filling in the blue house, and I'm very happy that it's worked out. I've counted and counted again and again and again, and then when I pick out a new color, I go back and I count what I just stitched 3 or 4 times, and I do that all the time because I got so off, and I don't know how. for being tiny little stitches and for being houses, buildings, I love the way buildings look. I don't often like stitching them because it's a lot of the same color. These, I think because they're smaller, they're working up quicker, and I'm really enjoying this stitch. So I'm a touch behind, but I think if I don't fall any further behind, I might actually be able to make it up and end fairly close to everybody else who is stitching along with the stitch along and finishing the assignment for the month. I had, once I stitched, unpicked all those things, I had to set it aside. I was too irritated, and I thought, you're forcing yourself to focus on something that clearly you're struggling with. Just give it a break. And so I let it sit for 2 to 3 weeks, and I thought I would rather be a month behind, and or 2, because I think I can make that up, than to keep stitching wrong and getting frustrated and eventually, knowing me, say I'm not stitching on it anymore. I wanted to pull out Entwined Hearts by the Scarlett House. I love this because it's on red. I love mine even more because I'm not stitching it on red. I'm stitching it on Peony linen. And I'm at the point in the alphabet where it's taking a little bit of time. So I haven't been pulling it out, but I am very close. I'm almost done with this alphabet here. I've got a little bit more to do here, and then the numbers shouldn't take very long, and then I can get into this fun stuff. I left this for the last because I knew that this would be fun, and once I hit this, I would finish it really quickly. Now, because I changed the linen, I changed the floss, but let me show you this first. So this is 36 count Peony linen. This is the first brightly colored linen that I've purchased, and I love it. I purchased other colors like mossy greens and things like that, but this is the first brightly colored linen. And I just love it. And I still wanted it to have that worn floss look. So I changed the colors. I kept black coffee, but then I changed to Begonia and Oatmeal and Cherub. So together these colors look okay. Cherub does kind of lean a little more peach against the pink fabric. And at first I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. And it's really a variegated skein that I have. But when I started working on it, I decided to leave it because samplers that have survived that long, oftentimes the floss is not the same color saturation. And it fades funny and it gets off color a little bit. And I just decided, you know what, leave it. It's different enough from the white, especially when you look at it in person. You really can't tell so much through the camera, but in person, it's definitely a peachy pink. But it does look nice with the fabric, so I decided to keep it. This is going to be so pretty when it's done. I really do want to get it done. I will frame it and hang it out here, I think, so I can look at it because I love the pink fabric. Then I think I'm going to use the same pink fabric. Last year, the year before, Brenda Gervais, maybe it was longer than that, came out with a bunny at Easter time, and the bunny is stitched on a bright pink fabric, and I think I want to see if it will work with this fabric. I think it will. So that's the other reason. I kind of want to get done so I can move the fabric. Yes, I could cut this piece out and work on a smaller cut of linen, but all right, I pulled out a basket full of Autumn Time. Brenda Gervais. I am stitching this with the called for colors on dark 36 count dark cobblestone. And I love it. At first I was worried that this green wasn't going to show up, that it was too closely matched the dark cobblestone, and it is a very close match, but when you are looking at it in person you can see that it's green. Again, it's faded, and I love it on the dark cobblestone. Those flowers are popping. It gives me a vintage vibe. I think this whole color palette kind of reminds me of like the 70s sunflowers. I think it looks really nice with the fabric. So far I'm happy with my choice. It was a bold one, but I'm glad that I did it. So I finished putting in all the flowers with the exception of the centers of the big sunflowers, because that is black, and I now need to work on I think it's a Smyrna cross. There's a band of Smyrna crosses going across the fabric, and then I can start working on the black, and that's when I will fill in for the sunflower centers. Love it. I will make it into a pillow. I think it's going to be a little bit bigger than I anticipated, because the fabric is a little smaller count. I still love it. I still think it's going to be really cute. It'll be a nice focus piece in a dough bowl or in a basket, something like that. Thoroughly enjoying that one. And last, I am working on the final piece of the snowball. Again, Brenda Gervais. I was so close. I finished this one a week or two ago. That was my second to the last one. And now I just have Winter Wonderland to do. And I asked, there's two greens that are used for the bulk of the piece, and it's 502 and 503. And I used 503 to start working on the letters on my fabric. My fabric is Anthracite Linen, 40 count. And it kind of washed out. The words, there wasn't enough of the color together to make it stand out like here. So I went ahead and I switched it to the 502. 502. Yeah. Kept it on the darker linen. I know I asked the question, keep it on the darker linen or pick a lighter colored linen to do just that pillow on, and a lot of you just said stay with the dark. And so that's what I did. And that's how far I got in on Friday. I picked out and I restarted Winter, and I got part of Wonder done. And I'm much happier with it. It's still not gonna be bold and look like this, but it'll be good enough. So the word, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 more letters to do, and then the trees and the snow on the ground, and it'll be done. Oh, a few snowflakes, and it'll be done. Maybe not by next Friday, but perhaps the Friday after. That one should be done, and then that'll be one more that needs to be FFO'd, but actually it'll be all of them because I've got all of them done. So I'm happy with the progress on that, and getting to a point where it's like, let's just finish it. Do you guys get to that point where you get to a certain point in a piece and you just, I'm going to focus on this a little bit and really just get it done, because that's where I'm at. Tiny bit of haul came in. I ordered my floss for my birthday stitch. My birthday stitch is going to be Indigo Lane by Brenda Gervais. And I didn't have all the flosses, so I ordered what I needed, and so they came in. I love the blue grays. They're just really pretty. So that will go in the bag, and then I just need to decide on a fabric. Last week or the week before, a bunch of fabric came in, and so I did a floss toss with this, with these, to see if there was one that I liked. And I do kind of like Fresco. No, is that Fresco? No. Legacy, not Fresco. I do kind of like Legacy, but some of these lighter colors will blend in very well with this, so I'm not sure I want to use Legacy, but I will keep it together until I make that decision. A Simple Life utilizes Overcast Linen by Cedar River Linens, and I think that one I like because it's a little creamier, so I'm gonna have to look at that one again and see what I think. I want to use something I have here. I don't want to order a linen. Next, my Floss Frenzy came in yesterday. It's from Weeks Dye Works. And the colors this month are Grits, Guacamole, Gunmetal, Havana Hazelnut, and Hibiscus. I have a lot of these colors already, but you know what? It's great to have another skein. And I think Hibiscus, this one's highly variegated, and I actually think it's a little bit different tone from the other Hibiscus that I have. So this color palette worked out to be really nice. Even though it's all alphabetical and it's not really technically a color palette, it worked out nicely. And then I ordered 2 charts to come in with my birthday start flosses. Because if I'm paying for shipping and I'm not ordering a gazillion flosses, then I feel like I need to order something else to make it worthwhile. So I picked up A Murder of Crows from Lottie Da. I do not think I'm going to start these this year, but I love it. And then I picked up from October House Fiber Arts Gingerbread Row. And I love that. I think it's really cute. I see this in a drum, and I see it in my kitchen window during the holidays. So just really cute. And that's all that came in. I do want to order something for my birthday. Now, traditionally what I do is my birthday's in August, and I usually it used to be birthday month where I would, oh sure, I'll buy that for myself all through August. Then it turned into the birthday few weeks before my birthday month, and now it's like the birthday summer where I just treat myself. So I think I want to buy another chart, and I'm not sure, I don't think it's out yet. It's the Fat Quarter shop has the ornaments, and they have the Halloween ornaments this year, and they're very pastel, and I don't care for the pastels for Halloween, and I was gonna not do it, and then it hit me, I don't have to finish them the way that I'm finishing all of the others. I'm still gonna put them in the tart pan. I'm still going to spray paint the tart pans black. That I'm going to do for sure. And I'm still going to finish them on a garland, but I'm going to make the garland, and I'm going to use felt balls that coordinate with the colors that I have, that I use, that I swap out. So there'll be more traditional colors that I'm thinking. So a couple different shades of orange, maybe a yellow or a gold, the black, the white. I don't think I'll throw in a purple. I think it depends on how many colors they actually utilize. And I just think it'll look really cute. And in that way, it'll be a cute garland that I can hang off of my mantle just for Halloween. And I think it'll be really fun. So I want to buy the fabric, and I want to buy the tart pans, and I want to buy, excuse me, sorry, allergies are kicking up. I'm not quite sure why. My nose is very itchy. So I want to buy the tart pans, the chart, and the fabric to stitch them on, and then stitch them and finish them the way that I want to finish them. Again, that's a new start. I don't think they would be done by this Halloween, but maybe it would be a Monday focus. Just stitch the same thing on Monday till it's all done. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not even sure if it's not released now, and I don't think that it is. I'm not sure when it's releasing. I think it's going to be releasing in August, just to give people enough time to get their supplies and start stitching so that it can be ready for this Halloween. But I don't know that for sure. That's it. This week coming up will be a short week for me. I am taking Friday off. I have quite a bit of comp time, not as much as last year, thank goodness, but I do have quite a bit of comp time, so I want to take, I'm taking Friday off, and I'm either going to stitch or make cards. I am running out of sympathy cards, and I am running out of birthday cards, so I haven't decided if I'm going to spend the day doing one or the other, or split it and do both. But I am really looking forward to it. I don't think I will treat myself to a trip to Hobby Lobby, because that takes away from stitching time, although they open early enough. I probably should stay away from Hobby Lobby. So I should get quite a bit done, especially if I'm taking Friday off and I'm stitching. I should be able to get my Friday focus done, and then I can pick up another Friday focus piece and work on that. And I think I know what I'm going to select for that one, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's one that I do want to finish before winter time, because it's the series. It's the series up here. I have spring, summer, autumn done, but I don't have winter done. And the board is painted, ready to go. I just need to put some final touches on the board and finish the piece, and the piece is very close to being finished. And then that one I can get it out and move on. So maybe I'll work on those two this Friday if I decide to stitch. I'm not sure. There's a lot to consider, and too many things that are not finished. I know I'm not alone, and I'm okay. Even if I were alone, it's okay. That is it for me. If you made it through the video, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for making it to the end, even more so. If you haven't done so already, please like the subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. I do read my comments. I do try to respond to them during the week. So please do. It does help move the channel forward. I am waiting to hit 1,500 so that I could do another giveaway, and we're getting closer. 26 more subscribers, I think, 25, somewhere in there. Last time I checked, so I think it would be fun. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. It's going to be really warm here, but I love it, and I'm really looking forward to being home to enjoy the heat than be at work where it gets yucky. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Stay cool. Check on your neighbors. And have a great time stitching on whatever it is that you're stitching this week. I hope you get some stitchy time in. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye.